Hello and welcome. We are bringing you something big because yes, India versus West Indies, the test match is over. India have won by an innings. But there is a massive development what we are picking at this point in time when it comes to India's squad for the ODI series against Australia, because Shubman Gill formally is set to be appointed as India's new ODI captain. But don't jump your horses. Don't jump the gun. Does it mean it is the end of Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli? Apparently not. This series is the starting point for India's 2027 World Cup preparation, because let's make no mistake about it. India are playing a total of 9 ODIs. 3 Australia, 3 versus South Africa at home and 3 versus New Zealand in January 2026. After that, they'll be playing England. So the transition has to be very important. But what we are getting to know, and this is huge, Shubman Gill now will be your captain, is all set to be India's captain across all 3 formats. Could be. He's already the test captain. He is going to be your ODI captain.
He is your T20 vice captain also.
He's your T20 vice captain as well. But he could be your leader in the waiting after the 2026 T20I World Cup, after Surya Kumar Yadav. So it's a big elevation for Shubman Gill. Rohit Sharma, who led India from 2021 onwards until now, might play only as a batter. The captaincy burden has been eased off from him. Virat Kohli is all set to play as a pure batter in just the ODI format. And that's where we are getting all this. See, the West Indies test has ended, but that isn't the main news. And that's why we have come to you live, not to do the West Indies test, but this particular debate. We are going to have the official team announcement might happen shortly, but we can just say with a bit of certainty, with lots of certainty, Shubman is your new ODI captain.
So what I'm hearing is that there might be a press conference later in the day, in the evening, in Ahmedabad, because the chairman of selectors is there in Ahmedabad. So there's a chance that there's a press conference in the evening, which will then clear all the confusion that people will have. Of course, there'll be lots of questions about, what does the future hold for Rohit Sharma? What does it hold for Virat Kohli? But just to give certain things as to why this may have happened and what is the thought process. I mean, of course, you'll hear from Ajit Agarkar later in the day, but it does seem like 2 reasons. One, Indian cricket has been saying for a very long time that, or this is how Indian cricket has generally functioned, that they like to have one captain, one leader across formats. At best, they've had 2 leaders split into either, test, ODI, T20 separate, or, it's been white ball separate, test cricket separate. It's been like that in the past a few times, but by and large, those have been temporary arrangements. Eventually, Indian cricket always looks forward to having one captain. So you had Kumble as test captain and you had Dhoni doing white ball captaincy. Eventually took over as test captain. Similarly, when Virat took on as the test captain, Dhoni was doing white ball responsibility. Eventual aim was to have one captain. This is how Indian cricket has always functioned. And I know that this has been the thought process for them as well, to have a one leader, one captain going forward, which is why, if Shubman Gill was got into the T20 setup, despite there being a lot of criticism as to why he's come in, because they would want to have one leader across all formats. So Shubman eventually, maybe after this T20 World Cup, gets the T20 captaincy, and now ODI captaincy also has been given to him. So that goal will be achieved, that Indian cricket looks forward to one leader for all format. Other reason why they have appointed him now is because they are 100% not sure, especially in case of Rohit Sharma, since Virat had given up on captaincy, so he doesn't become a captaincy contender. And I don't think there'll be too many doubts over Virat's participation in the 2027 World Cup. But of course, there were doubts about whether Rohit will be fit enough, because remember, he's about 1.5 to 2 years senior to Virat Kohli, and there is a difference of fitness as well. So there were doubts about whether Rohit will be able to play the 2027 World Cup or not. So if he is not going to be there, should you have a different captain at least leading the team? I think the answer to that would have been yes. So which is why they would want to appoint the captain now, so that by the time you reach 2027, which is just about 2 years away, this captain has spent enough time playing the ODI format and marshalling his troop in ODIs as well. So that what that does is, in case there is a dip in form for Rohit Sharma, because this also tells you that Rohit Sharma is on notice when it comes to his form as an ODI batter. So it's not to say that he may not be able to play the ODI World Cup, but because it's a touch and go, you don't know 100%, and you can't be touch and go with your captain. So you appoint a different captain in Shubman Gill, whereas Rohit then, if he's good enough and sustains form, you can play as a batter too. There's no harm. There will be no confusion towards the end. You can always change the batter if his form drops, but you can't change the captain last moment. So he's up on notice, and I think the series that are going to be coming up in Australia and going forward are going to be crucial for Rohit's desire or aims to be playing cricket a little longer, let's say till the 2027 World Cup. But I don't think they could have taken a risk with captaincy, which is why I announced Gill as captain now, and Rohit can keep auditioning for that role. And as far as Virat is concerned, he was never a captaincy contender in ODI. He's made the squad, so that also puts those speculations at rest, whether he's interested in playing ODI or not, because there were a lot of speculation that, does he even want to play cricket anymore for India, which is clear cut that he wants to. And probably you'll see him play IPL and ODI cricket till the 2027 World Cup.
Yeah, I mean, see, we are now in the middle of the 4-year cycle. 2023, it happened. You didn't have that many ODIs. In 2024, I think, if memory serves me right, you played only 3 ODIs. That's it. In 2025, you played in the Champions Trophy. You did well against England. Rohit, his form has not been a concern. Let's make one thing very clear here. From that 2023 period until now, 1,700 runs at an average of 46. You will take that as an opener with a strike rate in excess of 120. You will take that any day in an ODI. Virat also, his form has not been a concern at all. 2024 was an odd year because he just played 3 ODIs. But then the Champions Trophy, he hit 100 against Pakistan. Then Rohit, he hit a 76 in the final. Virat did well in the semi-final against Australia. So fitness-wise, Virat, and form-wise, there was no doubt that he was not going to be there in the 2027 ODI World Cup. Yes, it'll be 38, 39, but now leadership transition, India had to handle it very well. And I think if you have appointed Shubman Gill, the transition has begun. Because as Nikhil pointed out, if a captain is not performing, what are you going to do? Then you'll be panicking because you don't have that many ODIs. The only good thing is, at this date, 2 years later, you are going to have the ODI World Cup. Okay? This is the period in which you can say that, okay, maybe we can manage our resources well. Gill will have transitioned into the leadership role quite well. You're anyway going to get 9 ODIs. After that, you have a 6-month break. Then you'll go to England. 3 ODIs is what you're going to get to prove. By the end of October, you would have played close to 25 to 30 ODIs. 2027, which is what I'm saying, before the World Cup. So this is a good move if it happens. At least you've freed Rohit of the captaincy burden. But he's had a good record. I mean, let's make no mistake about it. Rohit as an ODI captain and as a batter has been phenomenal. Just one ICC loss in this entire period from 23 to 25.
See, again, does this move shock me? It doesn't shock me one bit, because the time that Shubman Gill was named the vice captain of for the Champions Trophy, and that was played in the ODI format, as we know. You knew that he's the future captain or the captain in waiting. That is one thing that became extremely clear once you named Shubman Gill as the vice captain. And does it make for sound logic that at some point you will be seeing Shubman Gill be the leader of India across all formats? Yes, I think the writing was always on the wall. You just had to have some sort of common sense to make, or to add 2 plus 2 and say that that's 4, and that always told you that Shubman Gill will be the man. However, do you necessarily need this move right now? That is where I have some question marks, because if you ask me, in the ODI scheme of things have been going absolutely fine. Apart from that one day that didn't go your way in 2023, look at how you performed in the Champions Trophy, Rohit Sharma's philosophy, and this is the big fear that I have right now. Does this transition also bring about a change in philosophy? Because as we know, every captain has a certain way and every captain wants his team to play a certain way. It was Rohit Sharma who sculpted this team in a way that he wanted there to be some sort of impetus right at the top, and he wanted to lead that impetus. Is that philosophy going to be the same in Shubman Gill's time as captain as well, or not? Is something I will now have to wait and see. But every captain is entitled to lead his team a certain way, and that is something I want to see now, because not like you needed repair work in ODI cricket, not like you needed a new formula per se. As far as captain's vision is concerned, captain's personal form is concerned, how the team is performing, everything has looked perfect to me.
I don't think you should be worried about it, because see, when Rohit retired from T20Is, Suryakumar Yadav has taken it one step above. The template has been maintained, momentum has been maintained. From 1 to 8, one thing only, just hit, keep on hitting. The same template will be carried forward by Shubman Gill also. Because he knows, if I change the template, then India will be in chaos. He doesn't want the chaos to happen. So, it's a successful template. He will just have the same message. With Rohit in his ears, he'll just say, continue this blueprint.
No, but I think the template in ODI is very different. The way Indian ODI team is playing, there is no template as such in like you see in T20. The Indian ODI team plays percentage cricket. You saw 2023 World Cup as well. They played a certain way.
Rohit was always giving
Rohit only as an exception. Everyone else batted the way. Gill batted the way that he does all the time. Virat batted the way that he does all the time. Shreyas will bat. KL will bat. Just the way they are. So I don't think there is any sea change as to how you have changed playing ODI cricket. I think since MS was there till now, you're playing ODI cricket differently. Yes, you will have a batter or two, let's say Rohit per se. But I think Rohit batting like that had a lot to do with his fitness as well. I know that for a fact for the last few years, he'd been struggling with an hamstring injury. And he finds tough to be batting for very long periods of time. So he thought, let me utilize myself best in that time that I'm extremely fit, or as many balls that I can last, and let me give the team that impetus. And so bat quick, get those runs, set the base, and then you'll have players who can bat for longer. I think that was the idea. So in terms of philosophy, it didn't change much, but I think there is sense in what, like you're saying, why did you need to change anything in ODI? Everything is working. That's right. But there is a risk that you carry.
So a message has come from the BCCI. India squads will be announced after the post-match press conference.
Yeah, so very soon, the post-match press conference is on. Very soon, the India squad will also be announced.
Yes.
So, let's say in about half an hour or so, because you're having the presentation now, after this is post-match. So, maybe another half an hour, you'll have the official announcement of the squad, and we'll of course be live then as well. But just to go back as to why or how they must have decided is the fact that, can you take a risk of what is Rohit's numbers in the last 2.5 years as a batter?
1,700 runs at an average of 46 and with a strike rate of over 120.
Okay, so till now, I don't think there is any issue with Rohit the batter, right? Which is why when the team will be announced, Rohit will find himself there. He's going to be there. The issue is that, do you think he will be performing at the same level with the same fitness till 2027? So if you're, let's say, even split little bit, or there is a 50-50 that maybe he might be, maybe he might not be, then can you afford to do it right before the tournament, change the captain? Maybe not. So what they've decided is that yes, Rohit the batter is contributing, Rohit the captain has been phenomenal. Maybe we will go into the World Cup with him, but I think to avoid that situation, that risky situation, that last moment if he's not fit enough, let's say a year before the World Cup or 6 months before the World Cup, if his form is dip or physical fitness is dip, what are you going to do? 6 months before the World Cup, if you give Gill the captaincy, may not be enough time for him to get used to, going ahead in a tournament. So the safest option, I think what they've gone for is a very safe option. Change the captain, you make Gill the captain, Rohit continues. If he's fit enough, he continues to be your opener.
Incidentally,
as they've been doing,
before you come in, Rohit became the captain in the middle of the last 4-year cycle. Remember, 2019, he became the captain in 2021. So he got 2 years to transition into that particular bit.
Exactly.
Same has been done with Gill.
Exactly. Plus, you must also know that I think if you want to take the best out of Rohit Sharma, the captain, and pass it to Shubman Gill, there should be a transitional time where Shubman gets to be captain while Rohit is also within the team. Let's say if you had to go ahead with, let's say, Rohit as captain, maybe year and a half down the line you realize that he's not holding up and he cannot be playing, and we can't be risking going into a ODI World Cup with Rohit the player, let's say. So let's switch the captain, and then he'll be out of the team. So I don't think then Gill gets the benefit of learning from Rohit the captain in the ODI setup. What this will allow is that transition where if he is making any mistakes while he's going along, there is a Rohit to guide him. And who knows if he makes 2027 absolutely fit, which by the way he looks much fitter now. I saw some recent pictures of him and lost a lot of weight. I think it's the leanest I've seen him since his early days, those IPL days.
2007.
I've never seen him. So he's really, so what that tells you that he's really keen on playing. But I think they can't risk it also, because he's keen does not mean that, we put all our eggs in one basket. What if it doesn't work? So give Gill the captaincy. He learns from Rohit on the job. And if Rohit is fit enough, he plays.
I just feel that, see, you had only a few months back and you played all of 7-8 matches in the Champions Trophy. You'd elevated him to vice captain for a reason, and that was your only prime ODI assignment per se. You haven't had an ODI assignment since then. If you were really looking at transitioning per se, maybe he could have spent a little more time as vice captain, and that's also very good exposure, because I'll just say, for a reason, you saw Shubman Gill, while Rohit Sharma was there, has been there in the slip cordon. The time in the Champions Trophy he was elevated to vice captain, Shubman Gill, you saw him there, fielding either at mid-on or mid-off, and he was constantly in the ear of the bowlers, and you could see an active participation or an active role being performed over there by Shubman Gill, that of a vice captain. So clearly that's in line with somebody who you want to elevate to the captain of the side as well, and that's very good. I'm just saying, perhaps, because I as an individual has been extremely satisfied with what Rohit Sharma as a captain and a batter has had to offer, and I would perhaps like to strip him of captaincy when that's my last resort, when I'm forced to do that, because it's just
but Harshit, that last resort, what if it happens 6 months before the World Cup?
And
you can't do that.
And even if that happens,
you and I will only pounce on
because I'm seeing, and there is visible proof, and I took note of Shubman Gill. See, Shubman Gill now has a taste of what captaincy is at international level. He's already the test captain, and he is doing an active role as a vice captain as well, as I saw in the Champions Trophy. If I can make it extremely clear to the two individuals in Rohit and in Shubman Gill that, listen, this is what our plan is, and there's no harm, right? I'm sure Rohit Sharma also wouldn't have been taken by surprise per se. If you and I sitting miles apart from wherever cricket's played, wherever this Indian team is playing, made sense of the fact that, yes, vice captaincy for Gill means that he's the future captain. You can have the three of them or two of them alongside the selector, alongside the coach, be in the same room and tell, okay, this is what our plan is. We need Gill to be very active with you as your deputy in ODI, and this is how we want cricket to be played over the next 12 months or so, because let's not be caught in a situation where we regret this decision of not changing captains and all. I think it possibly...
so that's what, they don't want to be in a situation where they regret this decision of not changing captains. If, let's say, you don't change the captain now, and let's say 6 months before the World Cup you realize that maybe Rohit's not fit enough or doesn't have the form enough, then what are you going to do?
If something like this happens, if this hypothetical conversation or whatever transition that I'm talking about, where Gill has an active role as vice captain, is not just namesake vice captain.
He's already there. He's already there.
Yeah.
But being vice captain is still very different to being captain. That's where you are questioned, that you have to take decisions. As vice captain, you can just step on the side and say, just chip in with a advice or two here and there, with a suggestion or two, but you are never held accountable, which you are as captain. So you will have to face the heat when you are captain. You will take decisions which are correct, you will take decisions which are wrong, you'll have to bear the brunt of it. That can only happen when you're captain. Being vice captain, you can't really be
in the hot seat.
Yeah, you have to.
You are just a stand-in in case somebody is injured.
See, he's not so distant also as vice captain.
I agree, but it's not the same thing. See, right now as a vice captain, that pressure, that media pressure, oh, why did you not give him that over in this match? Why did you go with this 11? Those pressures you don't feel as vice captain. You are just there in a role where you're just suggesting, why don't we do this?
And you've got a shield in the captain.
Correct.
Agreed.
So
and Arshad,
I'm just saying,
no series you don't pick a vice captain, by the way.
Not too bad an idea.
In most
vice
series.
captains though mostly don't make the captains.
Exactly.
So many vice captains.
KL Rahul and Hardik Pandya will testify to that fact. You don't pick vice captains in most series also. That is how the relevance of vice captains.
It reminds me of that time. Remember that viral bite of Gautam Gambhir? He said, this is the first time I'm seeing that a captain survives and the vice captain's gone.
Gone.
Yes, that's the bit. It is.
So again, it is a nominal role. You've nominated him. He's there.
Yeah, but see, while I may have cast some sort of aspersion over and doubt over this whole scenario, but I find myself in a good space as a cricket observer, as a cricket fan, because I think that ODI team is such a good team. This tweak of leadership, it's not going to be a massive change. It's a tweak only, I would say. They're just so bloody good as a team. I just don't see many things going wrong, even with this minor adjustment.
It's like if you give a good enough team, is to say that Australian team, people used to talk about Ricky Ponting, and I often said that we don't know whether he's a great captain or not. We can only know when he will have to manage a tougher team and then pull them up. With that team, even if I was captain, I don't have to do anything. I'm in a tough situation, I throw the ball to a McGrath or a Vaughan, they'll just do the stuff for me. I don't have to do anything.
It's the way this Indian team is poised right now and the way it looks in footballing context, I would say this just reminds me of the Barcelona of 2008-2009. Such a well-oiled unit right up till 2011, 2012. There's hardly... I don't want to strip...
That Barcelona team at least won a lot more. This Indian team luckily has won 2. Luckily.
Yeah, what do you mean? They've just won 3. The Asia Cup is no less than...
Without Rohit Virat, I'm saying.
Asia Cup... Virat are not going, my friend. They're part of the team. So let's not write that you're playing without Rohit Virat.
See,
actually,
it's very symbolic
about
in a way.
Indian team being strong in ODI, you're saying because there is a Rohit Virat.
See, that Barcelona team had a Xavi, and Iniesta and a Messi. This one's got a Gill, it's got an Iyer, it's got a Rohit, it's got a Virat.
The comparison is...
No, but one doubt remains, and I hope that he does a good job. Whatever said and done, we still don't know how Gill as captain is going to fare. He's still an untested
ODI captain.
Yeah, commodity there in ODI captaincy. It's a different kettle of fish. We've not seen him do too much in the international level. Yes, we've seen him in white ball when it comes to IPL. We've seen him in Test cricket for India, and he's done a decent enough job both in IPL. But again, ODI captaincy, and he has big shoes to fill, because I think Rohit's been one of the finest captains that India has had in white ball cricket especially. So to fill those boots and to get India to perform at that level, and now you will not want anything less than the 2027 World Cup. And I think, quite frankly, I'm saying this, that we don't know now, and I understand why this decision has been taken, that maybe he may not be fit enough, or the form is not there. But assume that Rohit is in finest form, is fit enough, and he goes into the 2027 World Cup. Then I think it will be sort of underplaying yourself that you have this player who's performing with the bat and is part of the team and is not the captain. Because that's the best utilization of him, to be in the team. Because whatever said and done, to win a World Cup, that captaincy makes that difference. And if India goes into a World Cup with, let's say...
That one stat, Rohit never won the World Cup as a captain.
No, not even stat, but I'm saying that's his strongest suit. Rohit is known for his captaincy. He's a sharp captain. And imagine if he's fit enough to be playing the 2027 World Cup. We're going into that World Cup and he's in the team, but he's not captain. So I'm not utilizing that one amazing skill that he has, which can give me an advantage in a World Cup to win the trophy, which may or may not. We don't know about Gill. We'll know by that time, which may or may not be the case with a Gill. So I'm saying, imagine this is the start. We're sitting right now. This is the ODI World Cup starting, and the team is Gill as captain and Rohit part of the team. So if I'm giving India a 60% chance of winning that World Cup, let's say, with the existing team, I think with Rohit it becomes 65. Without Rohit, you reduce a 5-10%, because I don't think any other captain brings that kind. So that's what I'm saying. Imagine you go into the World Cup with Rohit firing, and so he makes the team and he's fit enough to be playing, assuming. And then he's not captain, and I'm like, this is one skill that I need to use. I know he'll be vice captain or whatever, or not even officially vice captain, but the one always in the year of Gill, but it's not the same, na?
It's a razor's edge thing. Because see, as a captain, you did not win the 2023 World Cup also. See, he was firing on all cylinders. You're utilizing him brilliantly with the bat, brilliantly at the top, but you didn't win 2023. Now, because the timings of ODIs are such, you'll play them after a 5-month gap, you'll play them after a 6-month gap in 2026 and 2027. Because you're not, this 2026 until June is going to be a T20 year. Yeah. After that, in 2026, on next part is going to be an ODI World Cup year. This series, it's a random ODI series. Let's make no bones about it. Because this is a T20 World Cup year.
No, but for India...
For Indian cricket, I know, because we are obsessed with personalities. 2 names will crop up, and that's why the series is given far more importance. But otherwise, it's only 4 months to go, boss. It's a T20 World Cup year. You're building up to the T20 World Cup of 2026.
But there's nothing extraordinary about this, Siddharth. Even, let's say, if we got to go back, how cricket's been played since WTC has been introduced, and since now it's become a thing every 2 years, whatever, there will be a T20 World Cup, and whatever. You know that there will be some ODIs will play in a T20 year, there'll be some T20s will play in an ODI year. That, which is what we exactly, which is what we've seen happen in 2023, 2024, 2025. Also, we're seeing much the same. So let's not act surprised by this.
No, I'm not surprised by it, and I'm only saying that the focus on a very random ODI series. There are 3 random ODI series until February, okay, which kind of gives you a testing ground, but it isn't the be all and end all of it. Australia, South Africa, New Zealand.
But see, that Afghanistan series was also supposed to be random, right? But why did it gain prominence?
No, again that Afghanistan series, look at the format, na.
Yes, because the
T20, I didn't call the Afghanistan series a random thing because it was played just before the T20.
Exactly, but otherwise, in the year prior to that, were they playing T20? They weren't.
They were.
Their focus was on 2023 World Cup, no?
Yes. Then you played 27 ODIs.
Yeah.
Combine it in the last 3 years, last 5 years also. 3, 3, 8, okay, 14, 3, 17, 25.
You cumulatively haven't since the start of 2020.
Yes. That was the 1 year in which you played the maximum because it was an ODI World Cup year. The same number is going to come up in 2027 also. Because you'll play from July onwards 3 ODIs. Yeah. But you're not going to play a 5 ODI series. You won't play a tri series. You won't play a 7-match series. You won't play all of that. So that's why time is also the constraint. Ironically, 6 months of 2026 gone, 6 months of 2027 also gone.
Okay,
because IPL in that
I just want to take this conversation forward and address another key point over here, which is very vital. We got that sign that Shubman Gill will be the next captain because he was elevated to vice captaincy a few months back. Now that he's been elevated, there's a spot open for vice captaincy. Who gets that armband?
Rohit.
Huh? No way.
So.
No, Siddharth, that's a poor guess.
See, technically, because Rishabh Pant's still not available, is not fit, is practicing in the Centre of Excellence, he will be your long-term vice captain in ODI. For the moment, you might give it to
Jasprit Bumrah, but he was also not certain to be picked.
No, you could give to Jadeja as well. That is where you have gone. Shreyas Iyer could be a vice captain,
or KL. Perennial vice captain.
KL, I think, yeah.
Shreyas could be.
Shreyas maybe, yeah. Shreyas I'd be interested to look at, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, in the future you'll be looking at him as a leader, and he'll be a contender.
Absolutely, must be.
Hardik Pandya.
I don't know with his injury concerns. He's going to miss this series because he's. I think he's not recovered from that injury.
Yeah.
I think it's a severe injury that he suffered in the final. So he's missing this series. A guy who misses series because of injuries, can you entrust him with the
also because
leadership role?
It was citing more or less the same reasons that you removed him as T20I captain.
Yeah.
And if this is going to be the thing, then maybe you're not going back to Hardik.
Yeah.
So I think it will be either Shreyas, KL, or a dark horse Rohit Sharma. You can't count him onto the leadership role. I'm sorry. You can't.
No, Rohit they won't give.
Yeah. Was MS the vice captain after Kohli was named the captain? No, but he was always there in the year.
He was always there.
Yeah, so you'll see much the
He's
same.
He's a de facto vice captain without being the vice captain.
You will see the same happen. And again, you will see this happen in ODI cricket a lot, where there'll be the trilogy of Rohit, Virat and Gill be having. Because these are senior players, plus there's now the active captain. You will always see the team meeting have,
There'll be a quartet or a quintet. It could
Jadeja.
No, Bumrah and Pant later on.
Then that meeting sounds like crisis. If you need all these big heads to be getting together, then you're saving the match.
Your bowling captain is a Jasprit Bumrah. Okay. for all practical purposes. Like how Zahir Khan mentioned, you have captains for bowlers, captains for batters, and all that thing. Bumrah is your bowling captain.
No, that may be the case. We'll anyway find out. What we're going to do is now, because the press conference might start anytime. This is the time where the post-match press conference may be getting over.
Yeah.
And after that is the chairman of selectors' press conference. So maybe another 15-20 minutes. We're going to be back live with the entire squad and explanation as to why Rohit Sharma dropped, what is the long-term future, what is it that the selectors thought about when picking Gill as captain. Various questions will be answered. So we'll be back with those updates. I'm guessing in another 15-20 minutes.
Yeah.
So we look forward to your company then. For the
Sure.
moment.
Join you back very, very
Press
soon.
the bell icon, you'll know whenever we're going to be live with all the latest details.
Big day.
Yeah. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.